In this video I want to share 5 killer things that not so many people are talking about the Panasonic Lumix S5. Stay tuned. So the first thing that I saw about this camera that actually makes quite a big difference for me is the flippy screen that it has, and comparing it to the Panasonic GH5 or any of the other Panasonics that I've shot before, it's crazy bright. You can see it perfectly in the daylight, and I'm looking at myself right now and I can see perfectly. So that's a big killer feature that I feel that not too many people are talking about. So if you're gonna, or if you're thinking about getting this camera, put the brightness to the brightest and you will see yourself during the daylight without a problem. Right out of this wicked black and Number 2 is gonna be a feature that not the other Panasonic cameras have, and that's something called exposure leveling. It's something that's used when doing time-lapse. So if you've seen a lot of time-lapses, you see sometimes that the picture can be very jerky because of change in the exposure. That's something that this camera has built in, that it can change. So if you're doing time lapses, you will get smooth looking time lapses straight into the camera. So for me, that's a killer feature. You don't need to take in the pictures into some kind of software in the computer, but you can do everything in the camera and it will look great from the get-go. So the third feature I would like to talk about is a feature that is very nice if you're one of those who like to manual focus with fly-by-wire lenses. And most of the modern lenses right now that come out are fly-by-wire lenses because it's a faster way of focusing. But the negative thing about fly-by-wire lenses is that they're very hard to manual focus. And if you've ever tried to focus with a fly-by-wire lens, you know that, because if you turn the lens a little bit, you will see sometimes that it's hard to control and the focus goes from one place to another place very fast. So in the Panasonic S5 is an option to change from linear focus to non-linear focusing, and this will make your manual focusing life much easier. So, the first thing that I would like to mention about the Panasonic S5 and what I really like about it that not too many people are talking about is the ability to use autofocus in 120 frames per second. And that's a killer feature, and that's a feature that I've wanted to have for a very long time. And if you've ever shot with Panasonic GH5, you know that manually focusing when shooting in slow-mo can be really hard and you really struggle to get that focus. So having that ability to autofocus in 120 is such a killer feature. The fifth thing that I would like to mention about the Panasonic S5, and I think it's the second camera that has this feature together with the Panasonic S1H, is that it has a flat profile. And the flat profile is a very nice profile that is a little bit flat. It's not Vlog L, and that's really cool because when shooting in 8-bit, I really prefer shooting in this flat profile because it gives you all the benefits of a flat profile, but it doesn't destroy your imaging if you want to color correct afterwards. Open up the sky for me. When you say I'll dig much deeper, I will shout. So guys, I hope you liked my 5 tips about the Panasonic Lumix S5. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them in the comments or subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Until next time, adios.